After a series of deadly U.S. strikes against boats the Trump administration says were smuggling drugs into the U.S., tonight we're learning the latest strike had a twist. At least 2 people on board survived the blast, according to 2 U.S. officials. U.S. Navy helicopters were overhead and a boat picked them up, the officials said. They remain in U.S. custody tonight. President Trump describing the strike.
We attacked a submarine, and that was a drug-carrying submarine built specifically for the transportation of massive amounts of drugs, just so you understand. This was not an innocent group of people. I don't know too many people that have submarines.
The president appearing to reference a semi-submersible like this one that authorities say cartels use to smuggle drugs. This is the 6th boat the U.S. military has struck in international waters, killing at least 29 people, according to the Trump administration. Though some in Congress are questioning whether the strikes are legal.
And we're undertaking these operations against narco-terrorists. That's what these are.
The U.S. considers Venezuela's authoritarian leader Nicolas Maduro illegitimate. President Trump was asked about reports Maduro had offered the U.S. a stake in Venezuela's natural resources.
He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to around with the United States.
And with that, Courtney joins us live. And Courtney, I know you have some new reporting after the surprise retirement of the admiral who ran U.S. Southern Command overseeing these strikes off Venezuela.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. He's Admiral Alvin Halsey, the head of the U.S. military in Central and South America. He didn't explain his unexpected retirement announcement, but U.S. officials tell NBC News about tensions between he and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth for months, with Hegseth looking for someone he says is more aggressive against the cartels in the region.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.